Okay, hello everyone, it's showtime. Ha ha. Let's see, is everyone... Okay, everyone is in the right position in the stream. Hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Circus. Kita Fire Charmer here, and with my lovely assistants.
Wait.
Which one is that?
Me or you?
Kururu, not Cthulhu. Ah,
You guys have
Kururu forever. Eesh. I need to...
Guru is fine. Well, that's also confusing.
With forever, aha.
Yeah, Guru forever, that's it. Hello.
Then we have Cthulhu,
Hi.
our crayon friend. And Raphael.
Hello.
Hi. So, we are going to enter chapter 4 of The Great Ace Attorney.
Please, for that, can you tell me what?
I was about to do that.
Okay.
Also, bring up the game on Discord because we.
I still haven't booted up the game yet.
Oh, what the?
Okay.
Because then you have the background noise, the background music. So I wanted to kind of recap beforehand, but that's okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Should we recap?
Okay.
Remind me then.
Okay, quick recap. Okay, we had the last part of the court session. After the court's recess, because it was the smoke bomb was thrown in, we uncovered that the cart, that the omnibus that was put into evidence was tampered with. There was a lot of stuff wrong with it, like extra blood that has been added, and
Oh yeah, that's
the
right.
box compartment was empty suddenly.
Yeah.
And we had a new witness, Virginie Lestrade. She was supposedly the stowaway, or well, yeah, was kind of stowaway in the omnibus, traveling for free just to, pickpocket stuff to people. But she witnessed murder, supposed murder as well.
Okay.
A lot of things
Yeah, a little
happened, a lot of evidence thrown back and forth, a lot of theories back and forth. In actuality, it looked like that a lot of this was like pointing towards that McGill that was actually guilty, but we couldn't prove it, and the judge called for his judgment of not guilty in the end. Because there was no evidence, there's no real concise judgment to be had. The jury couldn't necessarily be unanimous on who was, if it was guilty or not.
It was McGilded who tampered with the evidence, but we couldn't
Yes.
prove that he had done so,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was considered not guilty.
It's also the first time I've, at least for me, because I've only seen like the first game and this one, that I've ever seen one of the defendants be guilty of something.
In the second Ace Attorney game, Justice for All, there was a final case where you were actually defending a criminal as well.
I have to remember which one is that again.
Final case where Maya gets kidnapped, and you are like blackmailed to defend him to the
Is
end.
it the one with the biker lady and the thief?
No, it was not. That's the third case of
I
that
don't
game.
remember which one is which. I don't remember the numbers.
Yeah, well, it was.
Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. Thanks for the lurk. Anyway, after the not guilty, we discovered that the smoke bomb device was stolen from little steampunk girl. She came to retrieve Ginny and her device.
Gina?
Gina.
Gina?
Gina,
her
yeah.
name is Gina.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm I'm too used on how
It sounds like guinea pig.
I'm too used at how the Steam Girl punk will call her as a nickname.
Is it? What does she call her?
Guinea.
Guinea?
Gina, Guinea. Well, anyway,
Gina?
Gina, yeah, it was it was Gina. So, well, anyway, he retrieved them, and we saw in the final cutscene that McGilded was called to investigate extra investigation of the omnibus, and the omnibus was in flames with McGilded still in it, or supposedly.
Oh yeah.
Because
did he
no
burn?
one escapes the judgment of the Reaper, apparently, or that's how we believe it to be now.
Oh, that's very creepy when you put it like that.
That's how I thought it was like when I saw the cutscene for the very first time. Anyway,
I didn't think you, like,
I'm going to
were
stream.
involved.
I'm going to stream in the game for you guys right now.
Thank you.
Here we go. You should be seeing it now. And then we'll be continuing with episode 4, the adventure of the clouded Kokoro.
The clouded heart?
Yes.
時折僕は思うのだよ、ワトソン。ホームズは物憂げに首を振り言った。我々が目にする事件は本当にそれが全てなのだろうか。その裏側に誰も知るもののない物語が隠れているかもしれない。ハーブティーから立ち上る湯気を覆うその夢見るような眼差しの先には
I'm an idiot.
きっと雪の日の夕刻の情景が浮かんでいたのだと思う。ブライアロードの歩道に倒れ伏した若い女性と
What?
その背に刺さった狂人。ガス灯の明かりが柔らかく切り取った。
Is this the start of a new case?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
姿なき犯人の事件は薄い霧の中静かに幕を開けたのだ。
Again, I'm looking at that cursive, and I'm pretty sure I can read it just as much as the Japanese probably could.
Yes.
If you get my meaning.
Yes, the English text was really badly written.
I don't think it's the worst cursive I've seen, honestly.
No, it's
No,
readable. I could read it,
It's
but I
readable.
mean,
Read it.
Try doctor's cursive, nurse's
Oh
cursive.
yeah, that one
That's
is
the
hard.
worst.
let me fix the stream real quick. I realized that I didn't have in-game streaming at the start, which was unfortunate for the start of the cutscene.
Oh no.
I'm joining everybody in the.
Yeah, I found it really a bit sad to have you on your own in a corner.
Yeah.
Usually we have Momo and everyone, so Mana,
The purple corner.
pretty much. Anyway. Okay, Ray. Sorry, Raphael.
Did you sleep last night, Mr. Naruhodo?
No, not at all.
It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? The rooms were so luxurious. I felt like we were staying in a palace. And with all the gas lights twinkling, it was brighter than day, even in the middle of the night.
What about the enormous beds? After my time on the SS Brewer, I wasn't going to waste a single inch of that space. I spent an entire night rolling from one side to the other, from a mattress to the other.
Oh, yes! It really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. Sad. When I learned that we owed 3 pounds for the rooms, the dream quickly turned into a nightmare.
Oops. Sorry about that. The building was so impressive and the entrance was so inviting. I just wandered in without thinking.
In a lodging house in Japan, the ceremony would put a roof over your head for a whole year.
Yeah, the conversion rate.
Yeah. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't help my tears when we were presented with the bill.
Oh.
Look at her eyes.
I'm really sorry.
Also, I can't see Susato and not have Raph's voice come in my head immediately when I see her. Like now it just fits too well. I'm like, oh, okay,
Oh, yeah.
that's just Susato's voice. It like doesn't even
No, I
register
think
that it's
I
Raph
think
anymore.
Nate's did a fantastic job as well. Like previous week.
But I also associate
Mhm.
Belle's
I have
voice
the same.
with Susato.
I have the same.
Well, never mind. We must find some more affordable lodgings straight away, too. If we're not careful, our intense stipend will be used up in 10 days or less.
London's scary. If it's a scary place.
Good morning. Oh no, it's not me.
I think it's the who did the
Yeah,
The head-
The big
important guy.
head guy.
The what?
The head of the jurisdiction. No, we don't have them. Your profile.
Is it like an old? No,
Yeah,
like
that
a
older
detail?
man.
I
Yeah,
think I did. I didn't. I don't remember, but
you can do it.
good morning to you at this early hour.
It is him.
Yes.
I don't remember if I didn't.
I don't know,
Hey,
remember
I
who
didn't
did.
do him. I know that.
Oh, yeah, yes. We
It was Momo.
well, I think he did. If he was voiced by Momo. So
Yeah.
Kururu, you can
Oh
get
yeah,
it.
yeah. Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday.
Susato-san is amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid, even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart.
Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices.
Oh, yes. It was very eye-opening. Thank you.
And in accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Norhada performed his study today.
Yes, I've already been apprised of events. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed.
No.
No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer.
Oh.
And there go the birds.
Yeah, that's right.
My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern land.
Thank you very much. So I'm a lawyer now.
Now, in view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem.
Another case? Already?
Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. I'm sure I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I?
It's just that yesterday's trial ended. Unusually. I haven't quite come into terms with it.
What's to come to terms with? The man was cleared. What more were you hoping for?
Yes, flashback, please. Who
The
wanted it,
culpability of the defendant has not at present time been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. I'm doing everybody now.
Yep.
Just Kuro talking with
go
herself.
ahead, just do the whole
Kuro.
episode.
It's like just Monica, it's just Kuro. Well, Lord 16, it has been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense.
You had a more impressive laugh back previous week.
I'm not in the mood right now. I was in character before.
I'm not even in the mood for this guy. Get out of here.
Get out
I
of here.
understand.
Get out of
He's
here.
dead anyway.
It's
My
definitely
God,
out of
that's
here.
terrible. Yeah, anyway, it's fine.
I just can't help wondering if Mr. McGill really was innocent.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Should I never manage to ascertain the truth? And then the trial ended.
Well, you need to let it be trouble for you a second longer.
Sorry?
what do you mean, Lord Strongheart?
Magnus McGilted passed away
What?
immediately following the trial.
What?
Yep.
No.
What? Mr. McGill is dead?
That was fast.
And of
He
birds
died
flying
immediately
away.
after. I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk.
Mr. McGill's death. I don't understand. What happened? How could can he be dead?
What happened?
Hmm.
After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you'll presumably recall, an omnibus has been wheeled into the courtroom.
Yes, of course. That was the scene of the crime which Mr. McGill has been accused of.
Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames.
No.
Yes.
So it's like someone was trying to erase all the proofs,
Yes.
evidence.
Together with Mr. Gill and all.
Yeah, together with McGilden.
Oh. So maybe McGilded actually has seen the real culprit. But why didn't he tell that? I don't know. It's so
Yeah, it's
confusing.
confusing.
How could such a thing have happened?
That is being investigated as we speak, but already. The police have identified the corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of Mr. McGilded.
That's awful.
The man must have slept inside whilst the bailiff's attention was elsewhere.
Bailiff really needs to pay more attention.
Yeah.
And how could that have happened? Microphone? Okay.
That is also being investigated as we speak.
Thinking back now, immediately after the trial, Mr. McGilder did mention going back into the courtroom to look at the omnibus.
Well, I must be making tracks now. It is time for the inspection.
Sorry? What inspection?
I'm going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. An inspection of the omnibus. Not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage.
But then who was McGill talking about?
An inside job. Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police.
Poor Mr. McGilded. I think actually Mr. Naruhodo maybe is more gifted as a detective.
Maybe.
He's a good lawyer, but he wants to know the truth, so a detective will be better.
He will make a good detective.
Yes.
Especially with the whole examining people through the lines of logic and deduction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correcting Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, exactly. So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was... wow.
It was wow.
Mr. Naruhodo means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity, a greatness long history. It's really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old.
Well, Shisato-san has such a way with words.
And you seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones.
I find that funny, right? I find it funny, right? The blue lines are supposed to be thoughts. Susato always seems to know what Naruhodo is thinking.
It's written on his face. The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can.
And the birds flew away again. The most advanced in the world, is it?
It was fortunate that your very first trial was a simple affair. Yeah, but the guy died.
Simple? Simple? That was simple?
Was it really simple?
As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose. Oh,
I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case wasn't anything but simple.
Circumstances of the case were so incriminating. And I was stunned when I first heard of them. In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. Is something funny?
no, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I don't know about that, but...
Well, never mind. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. How much at least is an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I've prepared a new case for you that I mentioned before.
What is going on? What was he going to say before?
Could you perhaps give us some more details about the new case you mentioned?
Don't tell me it's a murder. And the trial starts in 10 minutes.
Oh no.
It's a murder and the trial starts in 10 minutes.
Don't worry, it's a triple homicide.
It's a massacre. It's been a terrorist.
It's not 15 minutes, but in
There are 1,000 bodies, and you need to examine all of them.
Oh.
You have 10 minutes. Don't don't worry. It's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment.
Again, people reading Naruto minds.
Yeah.
Sure, it's not as alarming.
He's just thinking out loud, maybe. In fact, this case is completely different.
Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind?
That is to say, no one has died yet.
Okay,
Right.
Right? Okay.
it's not comforting.
No. And the trial will not be today. There is plenty of time to research the case thoroughly.
No, the case is only tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it is
yeah, there you
tomorrow.
go.
23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise.
So the trail's tomorrow then.
That's right. I forgot that's how he works.
The
Yeah,
trial-
he's punctual on his time.
Is everything alright?
Oh, yes. Just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was, well, it left me wondering if I really was cut out of being a lawyer.
Oh, Mr. Naruto.
I don't know if I could face standing in the courtroom against Mr. McGill after Mr. McGilde's trial.
Yes. I nearly forgot. There is one similarity with yesterday's case. Once again, there
Oh.
is currently no one to advocate for the defense.
Oh,
Well,
Us? What? If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. And if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome.
Most terrible end awaits the defendant.
Yes, that's right.
here we go again.
Your time is up. You will have to excuse me. I would advise you to begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial. After all, the clock is ever ticking.
Not when I stop the time.
Yes, powers! Infinite investigation.
Mm-hmm.
There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until the court sits.
Last time he mentioned, he said that it was 23 hours. He said there was plenty of time.
And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There is something I should like to ask you.
Oh, what's that?
Yesterday, you remarked upon something. You intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds.
Oh, well, Kazuma always used it to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world worked, and so he could change the ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself, and there's one other thing.
oh my god.
Another thing. Continue.
On the way here on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important that I have to do.
That was Katsuma, but okay.
I know, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's only one
Our
sentence.
boy!
Yes.
My chance.
we only have 35 seconds, guys.
It's already gone.
It's okay, I'm slowing up time. I am doing
Yeah,
time. It's
exactly.
okay.
Oh yeah, true. I didn't have to hurry with my dialogue, huh?
Yes.
Something very important, and what exactly would that be?
He never had the chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done if he made.
You're out of time.
Oops.
Beep, beep, beep.
Let's see. He never had a chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done if he ever made it to Great Britain.
You're out of time. Well, thank you for enlightening this question.
Mr. Naruto, what's all this about? Mr. Asogi never once mentioned anything of the sort to me.
See a
You
ghost.
were not his best friend, Sato.
You were just an assistant.
We want
I-
gay. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I urge you both to focus your attentions on the matter at hand. Oh, whoa. I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case.
Yard?
He'll be able to apprise you of all the details.
How long has he been here? There.
So, I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell. Bye.
There's something very important that I have to do. Katsuma-sama, what did you mean?
I wish I knew, but honestly, you never told me. Anyway, we better talk to the detective, don't you think?
Yes, you're right.
I hope I'm just imagining it. But I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all.
Is he holding fish and sheep? What?
Right?
Could we trouble you?
It's like revealing.
They look like fries.
Yeah, it's
So,
fish and chips.
Like home fries or something.
Yeah, I think it's only fries, maybe. But if this is so funny.
So,
There's also fish in the middle.
Kururu, can you voice him? I mean, Cthulhu has plenty of roles to already fill.
Okay. I'll do every
part
single
will
old
be
man of
just
this.
Kururu.
You do Ellen every single old man.
It's me, the old man.
You'll get some female roles, I promise you.
No, it's okay. I'm fine with these.
Mhm.
What type of voice?
I'm just saying, like, Kururu already took two major, too many major roles already.
I don't mind if I have to be quiet for a while.
He got Sherlock. He got Iris. He got the Reaper.
Oh, yeah,
Up on
particular
seats.
guy. Vampire dude.
Little steampunk chick.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying,
yes.
Iris.
Grenade launcher. Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
All those free roles are already like
Yeah.
main roles, so and he's also main role, so I can't give it to Kuts because otherwise he will be talking to himself entire episodes.
Not only that, but like I don't even know what kind of voice I'd give him, and if it was, it probably wouldn't sound that good. So
I don't know
Let
what
someone
I'm
else
supposed to give
take
him.
it. He looks very goofy.
He kind of looks like Luigi.
Let me
Oh my god.
let me tell you, he's way more competent than Detective Gumshoe.
No,
really?
because I think Goshu was such a sweetie.
Yeah, but he's also sweet. Like, he's also kind of sweet.
Okay.
Still
Smart and
more reliable.
Himbo.
Yeah.
If he he would have to be bigger for that. He's a
Yeah,
himbo.
he would have to be bigger for a himbo. He
Mhm.
looks like a thumb.
He's a dilf.
Or
He
a
looks
gilf
like a
even,
dad.
I mean.
Doesn't
Yeah, he's kind of like a dad kind of character. Yeah.
he? Yeah.
He's lovable. I
Yeah,
trust.
should I do my fake Italian accent?
If you want.
It's actually technically it's all freaking British, but okay, sure, go
Yeah,
ahead.
but there's no way I can do a British accent.
I know, I know. Give him any
What
voice
do
you
you
like.
think? Here you go.
Oh, okay. Um, lovely weather, isn't it?
What's the weather got to do with anything? Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English gent eating out of your hand, you know?
Matsusatsu-san told me it was foolproof.
I'm a busy man. I'm a very busy man. Busy
Oh my
eating.
god!
How much fish and chips you got?
It's like it's regenerating.
Yeah, it's.
It is.
Wish I had that. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to give the likes of you a talking to.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Can you imagine what the other officers there will be saying, hmm? Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. And all because of some bumpkin who's here on a jaunt from a country I never even heard of. Hear that ripping sound? That's my reputation at the yard going to tatters.
There's no need to rip us apart as well.
I don't believe we are being introduced. This is Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a defense's lawyer.
Eh?
Eh.
Eh?
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Naruhodo, judicial assistant to...
Eh?
I love him. I love him. It's lovely weather we are having today, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yes, travel with women.
Oh. Mm. It is unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine.
Unbelievable. How did you pull that off?
Aw. So, Lord Strongheart has asked me to fill you in on the...
Okay.
The name's to be, Tobias.
Yeah,
Tobias
Tobias.
Gregson. Inspector Gregson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard.
Gregson? Inspector Gregson?
What's the matter with Sato-san? Does the detective's name mean something to her?
Inspector, are you perhaps... the Inspector Gregson?
I mean, isn't that what he just said?
Nom nom nom.
You're acting like you know this man, Mrs. Sato. But he's a London detective.
Oh, I do know him very well, in fact.
Very well?
Yes, he features prominently in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Almost. Oh, a publication of, what's it called again? Rent's magazine?
That's right, Inspector Gregson, Mr. Holmes, and a wonderful friendly rivalry.
Really? You? Rival the great Mr. Holmes? That's incredible.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. Mr. Holmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time.
Mr. Holmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You've earned his highest praise. Gregson is the pick of a bad lot of the... Oh, I can do this. Gregson is the pick of a bad lot of the Scotland Yarders. That's where his own words.
That's his highest praise.
Well, Mr. Holmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see.
That he is not. And thanks to the magazine, my name is. And thanks to that magazine, my name is known all over London town now.
That's a good.
Hey there, Doctor. Thought you would have thought Sherlock Holmes was a character in the books. Yeah, the names were changed because of licensing issues with Sherlock Holmes, so they are using Sherlock Holmes to localize it. We're just using Sherlock Holmes because that's how it was in Japan, and how it should be, in my opinion. And that's great, isn't it?
I have to admit that to start with, I was a little, well, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation at the yard went through the roof.
Well, that's wonderful.
No, it is not. There's nothing more sinister than the man on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure.
Rumors?
Are you quite sure?
His changes since he started appearing in the stories. Fame's gone to his head. Stuff like that.
Gus, do you think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you?
Just clarifying one thing to the Doctor. Yes, Sherlock Holmes belongs to public domain, but only certain stories. If you want to depict Sherlock Holmes in certain ways, then you can still get into trouble with the Holmes estate, with the Dahl estate. Or what is this estate that the writer's from? So yeah, that's why Sherlock Holmes is still widely used for, because Lupin's domain got fully public recently, which is why The Great Ace Attorney was recently released in the West. Anyway, we're gonna continue with it because otherwise we will be here for a while.
It's good to shed some light.
Definitely. Did you already read this?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, they whisper, so I can't catch exactly what they're saying, but I know what folks are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying, as sure as eggs is eggs.
I get the feeling that this detective could be very hard to work. Hard work.
Oh dear, perhaps that sudden rise to fame does change people.
The case. So, about the case that the Lord Chief Justice mentioned before.
Nothing to tell, really. As far as we're concerned, that the yard couldn't be simpler.
Oh, thanks for the host, Doctor.
Oh dear, that probably means that as far as we are concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated.
I wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right.
A young woman was walking along the pavement on Briar Road when she was stabbed from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in the hospital unconscious.
That's despicable. What sort of coward would attack the poor woman from behind?
I suppose you would have finished whoever it was off with the Susato takedown, would you?
That is neither here nor there, Mr. Naruhodo.
Brace yourself, Ryunosuke. You've angered her now.
Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. Barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest.
So there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit.
Or perhaps a reliable witness recognized the person in question.
Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one.
Sorry.
There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now.
Oh wait, we have to save the.
Why ever
Oh,
not?
okay.
What do we have to do? What'd you say?
Oh, me. I don't realize that the person we are going to defend is the one who's culprit. I'm stupid. I just realized that. Oh, sorry for the alarm.
Yeah.
Oh, we're a defense attorney, so of course we're defending
that makes sense.
the culprit.
Still in my mind, I didn't understood who was the one we were defending.
Okay.
Okay, it's that guy that stabbed the girl. Okay.
Simple. The prosecutor that's been assigned to the trial tomorrow is Lord Baroque Van Zee.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
No.
Sounds like you've heard of him then.
Oh yes, we are very familiar with Lord 16. Believe it to be the Archbringer of death itself.
The Reaper of the Bailey. Lord Baron von Zeeks, who we faced in court only yesterday.
Mr. McGilded told us about him before the trial, didn't he?
You're still gonna play McGilded, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Susato is pretty much telling this, so I suppose.
Okay. When
I think.
stands for the prosecution, the cult accused is sacrificial lambs. Saculto. And in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
Oh, that's why the guy died.
This Reaper of the Bailey nickname. I suppose he earned that because every defendant advocates against is found guilty. Is that it?
Well, if that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Narada secured a verdict of not guilty.
And what of it?
Oh, well, I think that means that even against the Reaper or the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant.
No, you really don't have a clue, do you?
What did you mean?
Let me put my fish and chips in my pocket. What happened to the bloke in the end, eh? He's dead. Magnus McGilded came a cropper in the omnibus when it went up in flames. You can't rightly say that you saved the defendant, can you?
What are you saying?
Look, if Van Zeeks could get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. But that's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles, he works magic. Black magic. I'd have a good long think about that if I were you.
Are you really supposed to believe that? Let me continue eating this sack of chips.
Yeah, from my pocket. Right, well, I filled you in as requested, and I'm very nearly out of chips. He was actually eating them
What?
at the time. So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. We're still carrying out a few investigations there.
It was Briar Rod, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place.
That's correct, ma'am. If you head over to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself.
You've ran on a criminal already?
He's as good as. Shaking like a leaf in a cell he is. I'll give you a chuckle if nothing else. Is inmate 53. Speak to the jailer and he'll show you the way.
Inmate 53? Thank you. So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, they say.
Something troubling you, Mr. Naruhodo? To tell the truth, when I recalled the trial right yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage too.
But if the man they're arrested is innocent, you could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny.
So,
If I'm honest, I'm still reeling from shock of yesterday's events myself. And I'm really not sure if I'll be able to help this man, whoever he is. But I like to try. So I think I'm going to make some inquiries. Will you help?
did you really think you had to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant.
Thank you. So then, shall we?
Yes, let's go.
So where do we want to go first? The prison or the crime scene?
Let's go meet the
Oh.
defendant, I think.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
Okay, prison it is then. So, these are the British prison cells.
Oh, they're ghastly. It feels like just like a dungeon.
Yes, and having experienced it in Japan myself, can I assure you, that wooden cell feels a lot cozier than these cold stone walls.
Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhodo. You're making it seem worse.
Apparently, our client is in the cell here. It's so dark at the back there. I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop hiding in the back of the cell and show your face at once. Who wants to play middle-aged male man? Like, yeah, not middle-aged, probably in his 30s.
I'd say. I mean, how long until Coots gets a role again?
I don't know if Kutskin's getting his role anytime soon, so let's just have Kuts a role.
All right.
He's like a really cowardly man, kind of afraid of everything. Middle.
I'll do him for now.
Oh,
Because,
and Japanese.
because it's gonna be a little
Who's
odd
Japanese?
to be the defendant and also fun scene. So I'll do him for a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
for this episode.
Yeah. Am I? Wait, what? Am I a cat?
Cat boy?
Okay.
Am I a cat? I
That's
said
already
with no
strange.
name. Calling me by a number. It's utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable. I refuse to answer.
You just did.
Mr. Naruhodo, what?
He might be talking to himself.
What do you think is going on here? Yeah, I think they're talking
I have no idea, but I just wasn't. But I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tries of complaints was in Japanese.
I read
Oh.
because I know that one's a hard one.
This guy's Japanese?
Yeah, he's
Oh, he's
Japanese.
Okay.
Oh, that wasn't expected.
Face.
Excuse me.
Quiet. They're all around, hiding. I know they are.
Oh my god.
They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it.
Okay.
Right. So, could I
Alright.
ask you who accept?
There you are. You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost.
A ghost?
Eh,
We mean you no harm, prisoner son. Are you?
Prisoner son?
I think that means she's talking Japanese. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so weird to see it like that.
Are you Japanese by any chance?
This is beyond my wildest dreams. God, the waterfall. You get
Yeah, he's a little bit skittish.
It's
say the
paranoid,
least.
to say the least, yeah.
forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine. We just a little surprised. That's all.
Imagine it. It's been 12 long months since I've left my hometown, and here I am in a frightful fix in a foreign land.
Space!
So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was a most monumentally moving moment.
He's so crazy.
He's a nut job, but I love him.
It's really good. I like this character.
This game is so overly expressive sometimes. Just let me tell you.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed that this new client Lord Strongard assigned us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese?
What compassion my fellow countrymen show. To dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nippon.
They all start with the same letter.
A first-class lawyer. Oh dear. I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here.
Oh dear.
I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what's happened? Why you being detained as a suspect, for example?
Yes, I can. I will.
Nice.
Can't stay sullen and silent.
I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure I understand what it means, but he seems happy.
Yes, he does. I hope he's actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryosuke Naruhodo.
And I am Naruto-san, judicial assistant Susato Mikotoba.
I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notably notoriously named Natsume. Soseki Natsume.
Oh,
Hmm?
okay, okay.
Okay.
Natsume
What a
is
man,
very
what a
famous
man,
in
what a jolly
Japan.
good man.
What?
He
Wait.
was a very eccentric writer,
Oh.
and also is yeah. Sasaki Natsume was a writer. It's like saying Dante Alighieri in Italian. I don't know.
Oh.
It's very famous, and it was
Hmm.
an
I didn't know
eccentric man. That makes sense.
He really is.
Ah, okay. Kosuke Natsume. So, Seki Natsume-san. What an unusual name.
Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see, a writer of haiku.
Yeah, also a poet, a writer and a poet. Yeah.
It's something of a nom de plume.
A nom de plume? You mean an alias?
It's the real one. It wasn't his real name, like it's a pen name.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think it's like the historical release of Seki Natsume.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's fun.
Sorry, yawn.
That's right, Mr. Naruhodo-san. No, wait, without Mr.
No, without Mr.
No, don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that.
And haiku. That reminds me of home.
Did you hear you say that you were a visiting student? Sent over here by the government? It's like us, kinda.
Yep, somewhat.
Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this is beyond the pale.
Suffered that misery? Did you not want to study here?
No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course.
Oh?
But just because the government tells you to do something, does it mean you can do it? No.
What do you mean?
Oh, it was me.
If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable.
I see.
Only the other day I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on whitewashing.
Oh wait, I just realized it that when you do the funny pose and roll, it's like haiku. It's composing haikus maybe
Mm,
because it's only 4 words.
Oh,
So maybe in Japanese
maybe.
they were haikus.
yeah,
Might have been, yeah.
it probably was.
Yeah.
Translation of such haikus are difficult in English, of course.
Yeah, that's yeah.
We don't
very
really
difficult. And
work.
Also,
Yeah,
I
because
don't know
he
if
is a
you-
language person.
yeah. Also, I don't know if you ever read haikus in Japanese,
I
like
have not.
translated versions. Haikus is a very particular poetry,
Mm.
so that makes sense if they were haiku. Very ugly haiku, but still. You must be a man of great standing.
Oh, yes, so I'm often told.
And often like to be told, it seems. Accusation against you.
Could you perhaps tell us exactly where you're being arrested, Sasaki-san?
I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder.
It's not dead yet. Murder?
Oh, sorry, that wasn't. Okay, never mind. That's you.
And it's Sosaki. It is you.
Oh wait, no, it is me. I thought it said Susato at like first glance. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, no, it's you.
Oh no, it's all right. The woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife right before my eyes.
Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker?
Didn't see anyone.
What?
But if I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here? Hmm.
Oh dear, it seems this case is becoming rather complicated.
Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? It's the curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient.
Yeah, I think in Japanese they were haikus, but maybe in the English version they just used the same letter for the beginning to make it sound more musical.
Maybe. So Suseki-san was there at the scene but didn't see the attacker?
It's vital that we find out more about the case.
About the case.
It's like, see, about that, sir. It was an accursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I'd been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings.
Sure, the bookshop wasn't accursed too.
As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was. And just as I went to overtake her, vanished. I suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed into the cold hard slabs of stone at my feet. Oh god. How terrible.
It was me.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, you would probably say it
It,
too.
it could have been both ways, to be honest.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, no.
Well, let's continue.
Yes.
Okay. I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard. It gets me every fucking time.
Slight exaggeration there, perhaps.
I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings.
That's not good.
They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that.
Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English and a young woman at that? I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people.
I see. A young woman unknown to Suzaki-san. And at the time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anyone pass you?
Regrettably. Apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul.
No one? Oh, great.
So the victim was unknown to you, and there was nobody else on the street at the time. It creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it?
What conundrum? What do you mean, Susato-san? What's the conundrum?
Well, if what Suzuki-sama just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. It says that it didn't know the victim, and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen. Oh.
I did.
But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit.
Oh. You. What did you just say?
Nothing.
Everybody,
I didn't say anything. Oops, perhaps I thought that a little loudly.
everybody reading his mind. Actually, that's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Suzuki-san actually come to be arrested? Yeah, that's what I was
Sorry?
thinking too. He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So, how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place?
Oh yes, she's right.
It was him.
Ghost?
The accursed great detective. He led the police to me. Oh my god. Of all the bad luck.
A cursed great detective? Could it be?
I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live. With his hearty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed busybody. What? Make you curse until the end of your days. Sherlock Holmes.
I knew it.
Mr. Holmes? Here we go again.
Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from that man's lips, that's for sure.
It was the morning after the nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst through the door. They started shouting at me, "This is the police! Put the weapon down!" Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard, but I wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting dietary discrimination.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love this game. Yes. Clearly had had a trying morning yesterday.
And there he was, in the middle of all of the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Sherlock Holmes.
It's actually just Sherlock Holmes. He's English.
I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London.
Yes, the great detective is really well known.
And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts, apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman. Me? This weak, stooped kitten of a man?
I wonder what great deduction process led him to his conclusion this time.
Do you
Susato.
mean to say that Mr. Holmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable.
No shit. Holmes's deductions in this game.
Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a picnic when they barged their way in.
Of course you were. That's only natural.
I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English. Fiendish forward flannery.
Well, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English.
Good point. But my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, yes, I do, and I'm fine.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Are you the murderer? Yes, I do.
Do you understand your rights? Yes, I'm fine. The next thing I knew, I was in manacles. And before I knew it, I was thrown in here.
Oh dear. I'm afraid that's hardly surprising.
I'm fine. He's not fine now.
Esquire?
Okay.
Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Oh, you can just call me Naruhodo. And when we're speaking English, a simple Mister is more than enough.
Oh, yes. All right. Yes, they've really got to me. This country is poisoning my mind. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you?
Well,
Why is it so hard to say yes to me?
well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour.
A student. Just gotta get real close.
I have a defense case on the old Bailey for only one day, only one though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means.
Oh, Naruhodo-san.
I'm not even a foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm sort of a locum lawyer, I suppose.
What that armband? That's the mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire.
It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend.
A keepsake? I know exactly what they're saying about me.
Oh, what do you mean?
Lawyers. All the British defense lawyers. They won't defend me.
Goodness, why? Why do you say that?
For the same reason as you noted before, when it happened. There was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it must look as though I must be the culprit.
It must be really hard for you, Soseki-san. Soseki-san.
And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them, someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing about me before in my earshot, without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said. And of course the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway.
It's awful.
They're wrong. I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets.
I kind of doubt that, but
Well, I mean, do the
Yes,
policemen
I'm
really
fine.
need to be learned?
yeah, true,
Imagine.
true.
I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So, at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue.
Hmm.
You could do it, couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through.
Soseki-san. It's just that. Give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can, for the time being.
What do you mean?
We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible.
Thoroughly, yeah.
Thoroughly. The difficult English is so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
If we can find some clues, it will give us a much better chance. I'm sure. I can't speak this language.
Oh, yes, thank you. I'll be here all alone waiting for you, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
I think it's just Mr. Naruhodo's son, he would say. To be honest.
Yeah, maybe, but
So
I
he's
don't know.
he's saying Mr. and Mr. at the front and end.
Maybe Sama? Because
Maybe yes, well, maybe that.
I don't know. I don't know, they usually leave the Sun and Sama, so maybe it's
I
not
think-
that. I'm really curious.
I can't remember how the
What is going on? I wasn't paying attention.
I can't remember how the
Oh,
fan
I'm not-
translation. Wow.
We were talking
Could have
about,
just toned out on this man.
I was
He's-
researching.
Oh.
Research about what he does when he does like the phrases.
Ah.
Apparently it's like a thing. It's called Yoji Jukugo, and it's like a 4-character idiomatic phrase.
Mm.
So he says
Okay.
4-character idioms and does like a each character that he says.
Ah, okay. That's why he
But
does
yeah,
the
what
poses
was
as
going
well, yeah.
What's going on with the Sun and Mister? What?
Oh, it calls Naruhodo like
In the translation, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Esquire. Okay, I can look that up as well.
It's
because
probably-
his wiki, his Japanese
Yeah,
wiki.
I
page
Probably in the original it was Mr. Naruhodo-san, which means Mr. Naruhodo Mister, you know? in.
Yeah, but
I'll check on his audience
distancing-
wiki.
Or maybe Mr.
I
and
think
Sama.
the point is
But
that- I
the
think
point is he's using.
mixing them both up when he's saying it.
Yeah, because he is like not
Yeah, that's
really
the point when I'm really curious.
fluent with
what
English.
Japanese one is.
What's the difference between Mr. and Squire? They're not the same thing, are they?
Not really, but I think that's the strength for the localization's way of saying that he's using two honorifics.
I mean, they could have gone with Mr. and San. So why did they use
Maybe.
Squire?
Maybe, but I think in the defense
I can look it
translation.
up
Yeah.
anyway. You guys continue with this. I have free time.
As long as you still keep with the story.
So Squire is a courtesy title used in like imperial and royal ranks.
Hmm.
So it's way like higher than.
Yeah. Anyway, Susato.
Oh yes.
In the United sorry.
Oh,
In
go-
the
go.
United States, Squire is used by some lawyers in a departure from traditional use.
Hmm.
So this is a
Okay.
suffix Squire preceded by a comma after the lawyer's full name.
Ah.
So it's used for
Okay.
lawyers specifically.
That's
Okay.
interesting, but I
Sense.
still wonder what's the Japanese one.
Yeah, I still wonder what it would have been in the
Hmm.
Japanese version. But let's
But
continue.
at least we know what's the meaning. Now.
Mhm.
Mm.
Definitely.
It should be going then, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's move to the crime scene, I suppose.
Yep.
Well, that bike has a dent in his wheel.
Oh damn!
A little
Everything's
bit.
kind of broken around here.
Yeah, the fans too.
So this is where it happened. Briar Road.
Look, Mr. Naruhodo. Look at that regulation metal helmet. It's unmistakable. The men of Scotland Yard are here. They're investigating as we speak.
That's their job, you know.
Mr. Naruhodo, to see one with my own eyes? They're often depicted in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. But I never dreamed I ever come this close.
She's such a fangirl for the Sherlock
Yeah,
Holmes.
that's right. She's a fangirl.
To a real Bobby's helmet.
What? The helmet?
It's like a weave, but in like in reverse.
Yeah. Of course. I have to try one on one day.
Well, I hope your Hattie dream comes true.
At its rate. Oh, hello again.
What's the Japanese delegation doing here?
Oh, Inspector Gregson.
This isn't on the tourist trail, as I'm fairly sure you're well aware.
Yes, of course. We're here to investigate.
You've been to the Olden Cells then? What did you
Hi,
make of the
nice
criminal?
Candy. Welcome to
Hello.
the stream. Hope you'll enjoy us voicing the entire the lines of Ace Attorney.
Alright, okay. It's not a criminal, as you put it, Inspector. It's a suspect.
We'll see about that. The Japanese like to stick together, I suppose. Well, do what you will. It doesn't bother me. The bloke's in court tomorrow, whatever happens. And the verdict's a foregone conclusion.
So cold air of rejection. Would love to, too, but I only came here to say hi next time. See you stream. Okay. Thanks for coming by, though. Hope you have a nice day.
Take heart. London at this time of year is full of stone cold air.
That makes it worse now.
Like the snowman.
Wait, where is the snowman?
Behind the guy now.
Oh,
There we go.
What did they leave for? Elite full snowman.
I didn't realize the English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. It looks a little creepy though.
So creepy, it's cute.
Oh, it has a scarf. Look.
You don't need, you'd need one if you were out in the freezing cold all the time. I wish I had one.
I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment, too. We certainly can't afford a scarf.
Surely the surely the snowman here wouldn't miss his.
Oh no. But the person who made the snowman certainly would.
Yes, I know, you're right. Anyway, even if I borrowed it, it wouldn't be much. It wouldn't do much to warm my neck, would it? Covered in snow. Yeah, the snow one is not that terrible. Anyway, let's go first with Gregson first before we investigate everything.
Tell me about Scotland Yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about it in The Adventure Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the place. It is.
Mm-hmm.
The Yard is the most sophisticated policing organization you'll find anywhere in the world, ma'am.
Oh, and you know I'm always dreamt I'm wearing a real Bobby's helmet.
Feel it.
It does make them look the part, seeing that policeman here with the helmet on. You certainly get the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty about protecting the city.
Oh, yes. Doesn't he look wonderful?
Being a London Bob is hard going, I can tell you.
Oh, really?
First thing in the morning, you know what he does? Goes round and rouses all the laborers of beat so they can get off to work. That's true, that's the thing that they used to do.
Oh, thanks
Used to
Ryan
wake up
for the
people
raid.
in the morning.
Hello everyone.
Whoa, thank
We
you,
are
Ryan,
all
for
sleep
the
deprived.
Thank you.
Get some sleep, guys.
deprived.
Welcome to the circus. Welcome to the show.
Believe
We're playing Ace Attorney, and we're all voicing all the lines in the story. Hope you enjoy, as we are just going to trot along. Everyone is doing good, I think. I can say so for myself, at least. How was your stream? Let me shout. Shout out. Let me shout you out real quick. Oh, you were playing Fortnite, huh? I didn't take you for a Fortnite kind of guy, Ryan. Anyway, we're gonna trot along as before we run out of time. Need to at least wrap up this line of dialogue and then maybe save. We've been at it for almost 2 hours now. How about the battle pass? That's a meme. Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, what? He wakes people up?
Yup. Raps on the windows with a long pole. Did it myself going back a bit.
I had no idea.
Bobby works for the people of the town. It's just another one of his duties. After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day. That's the regulation distance.
Oh my fucking god.
Hey, sus.
It's a lot.
Marathon every day.
What
Huh,
a
huh.
bit, man.
I can't imagine how far that is. That sounds like a long way.
Legs.
Let me see. 20 miles. That's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama. What?
On foot?
Cloud.
That's
Wow.
definitely taking a step
That
too
is the
far.
train from Tokyo to
Yeah, me
Yokohama.
Wait,
And
so
when it gets
how
dark,
how far would that be?
in normal people measurement,
Yeah,
can somebody look it up?
you can say miles or kilometers. I don't care.
Kilometers is for me better, but
Yeah,
Kilometers is
kilometer
better, yeah.
is better. I'm not down.
sorry, Coots.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Fine.
Coots.
No, it's fine if you use kilometers. I can still understand what that means.
And when it gets dark, of course, he has the important job of lighting all the gas street lamps.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, they have to be.
Where are the kilometers? I thought you were looking it up.
Yeah, me too. I thought you were looking for the.
Me? I was voicing the guy.
Oh yeah, true.
That's true, but you were the one who said I would look for that.
Alright,
Yeah,
how
true.
many? How much was the distance?
Let's see, 20
20 miles.
miles.
That's 48 kilometers.
Oh damn.
Jesus.
Oh.
On
Yeah, I can
foot
barely
every
walk like two.
day?
Yep.
Whoa.
Are you kidding me?
It was
No. There's no freaking
Victorian
way.
era England, guys. Sheesh.
That was their fortnight.
And I suppose in
That's almost 30 miles a day.
yeah. I suppose in between all those duties, Bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well.
And chase after criminals trying to evade the law.
I'm not sure you could call it in between exactly. More alongside, but yes. They're expected to handle those jobs as well. We do have men keeling over from time to time, I admit.
I always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with heavy heart. I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Mr. Naruhodo. Why?
Your heavy heart will be my heavy hand if you do. Let's finish this line of dialogue and then save. I feel like
It happened around
these
5
lines.
in the evening, 2 days ago, just there on that open bit of pavement. The victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind.
Is it right that the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned that she's been treated in the hospital.
I never said she was a lady.
Hmm?
Truth is, unless she comes around pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all.
Did he not? The victim, a young woman.
A young woman, but not a lady?
Well, a
What,
lady
like-
to them is like of higher status.
Oh, okay, true.
Okay.
You already read this one. I suppose that means they haven't been
Maybe she's a
able to
homeless
take.
person or something.
Yeah. I suppose that means that I haven't been able to take a statement from her, of course.
Here's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. You can take it if you want.
Really? Are you sure?
No, I changed my mind. Give it back.
It's my
It's
prized
your-
position.
yeah. I will frame it, put it on my wall.
I will
It's
use
your
it as the
policy to keep
paper for
lawyers
my
defending-
tips.
For my chips, efficient chips. To give lawyers defending us with the odd bit of information to.
I haven't actually accepted the job yet, but still.
Thank you, Spectre. Gratefully accept.
And I just want to describe something real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So, from the distance thing.
Yeah.
Now, when my dad helps out with my mom and setting up like stores and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like building it and getting everything like, put away and all that,
Mm-hmm.
he comes home and he's had 16,000 steps in one day.
Yes.
That's pretty high.
Just for these Scotland Yard, 1 day's worth of walking that they need to do is almost 4 days worth of what my dad was doing.
Oh my god.
Yeesh.
Ooh,
That's
nice
four
job.
work,
Icky.
4 work days in one.
Mm-hmm.
The good old days,
that-
am I right?
If that puts it in a bit of a different perspective than just, this many miles, it's like, imagine working 4 shifts
yeah.
at once.
Definitely.
That's what it would be like, which is fucking insane. Anyway, that's all.
I don't even do as many steps as your dad in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There are a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. As far as we know, there was no one else on the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. So who did it, do you think? Not much of a head scratcher, is it?
Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also claiming not to have seen anyone else around, but
But just because he didn't see anyone doesn't mean we can be sure that somebody else was present.
I'm sorry to have to tell you, but we most certainly can be sure.
How?
Because, ma'am, the precise moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed.
what?
We have 2 very reliable witnesses, no less.
There was someone.
It was a typical foggy London day. Your client obviously didn't see them. How did they see the client?
There were witnesses? How? Who are these witnesses, Inspector?
A fellow and his wife. And the man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London. He's a copper from Scotland Yard.
A policeman? That might change things.
And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment the woman was attacked?
Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a bobby. Catching them banging the act and all of that.
Do you think it might be possible for us to ask that policeman a few questions?
Be my guest. You can ask him what you like. In court tomorrow.
Oh,
I've no doubt he'll be summoned as a witness. So that will give you something to look forward to.
that's that then. He got no intention of letting us meet that man before, it seems.
A policeman witnessed the incident. Your judicial assistant must warn you that this could make our job very difficult indeed.
Yes, a non-juridical, as a non-juridical assistant, I have warned me of that too. Oh yes, one more thing, Inspector.
Yes. Oh, sorry. What?
The person who led you to the suspect. I hear that was Sherlock Holmes, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
What are you bringing him up for?
Was it something that I said? The color has drained from his cheeks.
Dead.
I think it doesn't like him.
Well, no shit.
Who did you hear that name from?
Oh, well, was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said Mr. Holmes was was with the police when they entered his lodgings.
I'm sure it was the result of one of Mr. Holmes' inspirational great deductions.
Fiddle faddle. The man's an amateur, and I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere.
Oh,
I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up at the scene of the crime. Wanders around spotting incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it, he claims to have solved the case.
yes, he's quite astounding, isn't he?
He is a great help to Scotland Yard too, isn't he?
Gibble gabble. Ever seen this before?
Oh, yes, that's Ren's magazine.
The wonderful publication in which the adventures of Sherlock Holmes appears.
Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in his stories. And the so-called great detective makes a mockery of all of us. If you ask anyone at the Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any Sherlock Holmes tale at all.
Well, I suppose there is an element of that.
We work our socks off, every one of us, only to be frumped by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. The man's as dangerous to us at Scotland Yard as he is to all our criminals.
That can really be true, can't it, Inspector?
Clearly, the great detective and the police have a complex relationship.
That twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. Are you going to defend him or not?
Well,
Makes no difference to me, but I will just say this. A London lawyer worth his salt would touch that case with a barge pole.
because of the prosecution is being handled by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean?
There's no way to save the man now. It's a waste of time trying. It's all a bit strange, though.
Sorry?
The Reaper, he hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now.
Yes, we did hear something to that effect.
And the only people he usually bothers with are the real the master criminals, the violent ones.
Master criminals?
The violent ones?
That's right, he handpicks his victims. Only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins.
But Mr. Natsume hasn't, wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely.
That's just my point, Sunshine. Yes, the young woman was stabbed, but he didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. This isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into, for want of a better phrase.
Well, it's not exactly a minor infliction, isn't it? Is it?
No, there's got to be more to it. Some reason is taking an interest.
Really? What's the reason, Inspector?
I think I can tell what's going on inside the head of that Lord of Darkness. You'll have to ask him yourself at tomorrow's trial.
Are we going to have to face the Reaper again? The Lord of Darkness, as he put it. Well, I don't think we're going to get any more useful information out of out from the detective.
Mr. Naruhodo, can I make a suggestion?
Oh yes, what is it?
Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this.
By him, do you mean Mr. Holmes?
Yes, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, exactly.
Look at those shining eyes. You can't wait, can you? Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Holmes for all of this, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He really did. Which makes him an involved party in the case. Are you just going to ignore that? I hope not. Oh, sorry for the meow. I think she's feeling lonely because I'm screaming. Oh no, please don't.
I heard stuff about Paul.
Yeah, there
I
was
heard it too.
medicines on the table, and she was like, "I'm gonna punch that,"
Hmm.
and now she's biting the plastic.
Okay.
Okay.
As long as she's safe.
yeah,
As long as she said.
yeah, we're both safe. It's okay.
Hmm.
I'm sorry for the noise, though.
That's okay.
Asheru is not simply my selfish desire to meet Mr. Holmes again. Certainly not that.
And the trouble is, we have no idea what of the man's address.
It's
Baker
Baker
Street,
Street.
yes. Everybody
How
knows.
do you know that?
It's in stories, of course. 221B Baker Street, the most famous address in the world.
Oh,
Been there.
I see.
Oh,
Well-
to be there so bad.
There's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose. We better try to find our way there before Susato-san gets any more excited and unpredictable.
Hurrah! I summon a carrot.
So we're to have a reunion already. The great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Save.
We're gonna save here, even though Kudaloop would get his role next time. Sorry, kids, for only having one voice this time.
Yep. I don't mind, because doing that voice was kind of winding me, because I was like, it was constantly like that.
Aw.
That's
I'd be,
okay.
like pushing really hard, because
Oh, okay.
That was fun.
it was fun. That was funny to me.
So many fun characters.
He is quite exaggerated. Mm-hmm.
Love
Yeah,
him
but we
for
love
it.
that.
Yeah.
Well
So
then,
we finally get to meet Holmes. Sherlock Holmes again, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We've
definitely.
missed him for so long.
I'm quite excited for it as well. Mr. Holmes' scenes are, of course, my more favorite ones. Only because how stupidly funny he is in the series. So, that's it for this week's episode of the Great Adventures of, well, the Greatest Attorney, I suppose. You guys all had fun, huh? Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did.
That's nice.
Definitely. So for now, we're gonna close off the stream for by rating someone. Let's see. Who
Don't go
shall we
anywhere.
rate?
Don't go anywhere, people in the chat. We're raiding.
Yes, we are ready.
Definitely. Let's see. Let's rate Kamo. He's playing Minecraft at the moment. So Dr. Iraki. No. Let's see. everyone who knows, well, Ryan's already on it. Aren't you going a bit tad too fast for? Oh no, the bot cannot keep up with two commands right after each other. Thank you, Ryan. Well, everyone already knows how to rate, what the message will be. You know what extra and a little bit extra could be added if you want to. If you don't have the emotes, you can leave them out of this. But let's do this as
Objection.
let's do this as a circus rate message. As we just came out of the greatest Eternias, of course.
Yes.
So I thank
Use
everyone.
my points to unlock the emote just so I can use it for
Yeah, I
the raid
wanna-
message.
You don't have to.
There
Thanks.
we go.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us, and thanks to every collaborator, Kururu, Cthulhu, and Raphael for joining me on
And
this
the
grand
whole one
adventure.
with a different name.
We're
Different enough.
twinsies.
Anyway, we're raiding soon, so thanks for watching, and see you guys. See y'all next show. Bye bye.
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 Bye.